the calcification that shows up in the aortic plaque. This is the region that we're looking at. One can actually quantitate the plaque size as well as the degree of calcification. And this is a summary of that experiment. These are the visual aspects of it. This is the histology. At 12 weeks, what we see was that in the ApoE animal, the single mutation, most of the animals developed calcification. However, in the ApoE D5 double null, where we deleted or we reduced the expression of RANKL, only one of the animals out of 8 actually developed calcification. Although this was lost at by 18 weeks. So the conclusion here is that RANKL plays a significant role in the atherosclerotic plaque calcification, perhaps by promoting bone formation, which if you notice the bone activity, RANKL is a bone resorber on bone, but in fact it may promote bone formation. This is the last slide. I won't go through this in any detail because I'm out of time, but this is just a list of all the different aspects that we learned from some of these studies, and we would anticipate that these would be the kinds of things that one would have to do after we learn bioinformatically how to link enhancers to the genes that they regulate. Thank you very much. There may be some sequential, first of all, there's partial activity at individual enhancers that may convey unique activities out of that particular complex as it's bound to DNA. This is very possible, but I don't believe that there's studies that really have now looked at that yet. So. Next speaker is Chris Katsanis from Yale, and also joining us at the road. Who's going to talk about the work on mapping regulatory regions of genes in disease. Thank you, John. And hello, everyone. I'd like to also thank the organizers for inviting me here. So it's great to meet you. most of the time you wind up with it not being the most associated SNP. That's just the thing, that's a limitation of genetics. So we set ourselves the problem, okay, can we come up with a more nuanced way to identify specific regulatory regions that we think are mediating risk, and can we apply it to the autoimmune diseases that we're interested in, although the method would be general? And so that's what we did, allegedly. This is all allegation at this stage. So here's an association peak. This is the A peak, but the idea basically is every SNP, this is a p-value of association, there's clearly an association to risk somewhere in here, and if I can start from summary p-values all the way, I might be able to derive a posterior probability of association, which we kind of know how to do now. So these are often referred to as credible interval sets. So you identify a set of variants that is 90% likely to contain the causal variant if you've actually genotyped the causal variant or at least imputed it, and we know that this works reasonably well. And for this, it's pretty important to have genotyped or imputed the causal variant, and so our first pass has been on something called the immuno chip, which rather than a GWAS chip, where we genotype a lot of variants across the whole genome, but not every variant. We look at about 200 regions of the genome we know are associated to autoimmune disease, and we genotype everything in those. And so the immuno chip consortium, which I'm part of, kind of put together a design this array about 5 years ago. The important thing is that we genotyped about 200,000 samples as part of many international consortia across many of these diseases, and including controlled cases. And so there are large cohorts genotyped on exactly the same platform, and very, very definitely genotyping these 200 and that will become important a little bit. So that's a marker that I will pick up in a little bit. But we can go through these regions because they're locale and dense. We can estimate credible intervals, and through some kind of magic, we can overlay these SNPs with regulatory regional information. In our case, we're using DHS peaks. And the idea is, for every DHS peak that contains SNPs, I can calculate the posterior of association. Okay, purely by this overlay. So I'm color coding everything from gray to red. Red is interesting, gray is boring. You've seen this before. A lot of red SNPs are on the DHS, and I can formally calculate the posterior probability that this DHS mediates risk. This is not just an association statistic with the posterior, so how likely is this DHS to explain the signal here? Okay. This DHS might be